Breaking, Bitcoin has a huge hidden divergence hot off the press that could change everything. Bitcoin has been range bound for 3 months, and that is all potentially about to change. But in which direction? Also, in today's video, we're going to cover price action as well as RSI, middle of your chart, weekly chart. We're holding a key market structure. And bottom of the chart, Stochastic RSI, our momentum, having a huge signal and a major breakthrough of a key area. We're going to discuss all of the facts that are folding right before our eyes. And I'm going to have you leave today's video with a sense of calm, clarity, and you're going to know exactly what to do, including what is this huge hidden divergence, in what direction is it about to push Bitcoin. Also, in today's video, I have some very, very sad news that I'll share with you towards the end of the video. Let's jump into it. Welcome. I'm Steve. Here we deliver honest, sponsorship-free TA with genuine value. Subscribe for a no BS approach that actually helps you. Subscribe. Bitcoin US dollar index, and we are on the weekly chart. And what we've got in front of us are 3 distinct categories that we're going to discuss, including all of the facts surrounding it. Price action up at the top, breaking out of a bull flag. Middle of the screen, RSI, overbought, oversold, holding a key market structure. And then we're going to get to the star of the show, the Stochastic RSI, having a key and highly, highly important signal that's flashing to the markets that you have to be ready for. Let's start with price action. What we see with price action is, in the big picture, Bitcoin has been range bound for 3 months. What does range bound mean? Well, there are 2 types of markets. There are trending markets and there are range bound markets. Trending market can trend up, meaning price is going up, or it can trend down, price going down. What usually happens after a large move to the upside, we usually move sideways. So after a trending market, we're range bound, we're building market structure. So simply put, any price between 74,000 and 58,000 was almost irrelevant. Any move inside of here is not very noteworthy. We've said it time and time again over the past couple months. Don't get too excited if we're inside of here. You can only get excited if we're above here, or you can only get a little bit sad if we're below here. More on that later, but we've been range bound and there's nothing to worry about in the short term as we speak. However, that could all be about to change. But what we see happening is we were inside of this bull flag. We had this massive rally. We showed some indecision, right? That tug of war that we talked about many, many weeks ago. And then we moved into this bull flag. We broke out of that bull flag at about 62,000 and price went up to about 72,000 from that bull flag. But again, this is just it's very, very, very early to really discuss a breakout of a longer term bull flag. But again, as we broke out of it, we moved towards this top of the channel, which historically has been resistance for the past 100 days. As we got closer to it, that's precisely what happened. We had this large wick here, which is showing signs of weakness heading into an area of confluence that's dating all the way back to March 11th, 2024. This huge wick is essentially like, hey, people are taking profits here, hence this wick pushing price action down. And then we printed this indecision candle, and here we are in this brand new candle as we speak. So nothing hugely noteworthy here, but as we get going, things are going to start heating up in a major way. Let's jump into the middle of our chart. The RSI, overbought, oversold. Right now, the RSI is sitting below 70 at a key level and holding key market structure. Take a look. What we've seen happen is we had our pivot high here back in March. What we talked about at length when we got up into this zone was that we were anticipating some trouble. This was at the time where people were at the edge of their seats. Everyone was watching Bitcoin every single day rise higher and higher and higher and higher. And we got to the point where we were well above 73,000 and everyone was calling for 100,000 Bitcoin. Tilt your phone to the side and subscribe. We had gotten up here in the RSI over 80 88. And everyone was so excited that we were just going to continue higher. However, this is what we had to say during that time 3 months ago. Roll the clip. Attention cryptocurrency investors and traders. There is a major correction coming to the crypto space that will take the world by storm and surprise most, but it's going to present one of the best buying opportunities of this bull run if you've missed out so far. So during that clip, obviously we discuss a surprise crash coming, a surprise correction coming, and we fell from that level above 73,000 almost 3 months ago, and then we've never touched it since. We never got back up to that over $73,000 level. We didn't even get close. But since then, we've entered 4 or 5 different buying opportunities. In that same video, or the video right after that, I gave you a free strategy here that we used to buy Bitcoin at 59,000, 58,000, and 60,000. And we had 5 weeks of opportunities to buy those. And right now, those look like great buying opportunities. Luckily for those people that follow our channel, we stay level-headed, we have key, concise rules, and we follow them without a doubt, and we make wise decisions in our lives. This is what's happening before our eyes. We had opportunity to take some profits up here. We had some opportunity to re-enter the market, 5 of them, and we're showing some signs of weakness as we enter a key area of confluence. That's what we see in price action. But as you expand it, what we can see happening is we reach this high in the RSI. And again, that was at a time when everyone was overhyped, the market was overextended, we needed some time to cool off, we had to have time to build market structure. But again, everyone runs around like their head is cut off, that the world is on fire. It's never that way. Don't listen to the herd. Stay level-headed. You know, Grandma Betty is the leader of the herd. She is absolutely crazy. You shouldn't listen to anything she says. But again, when you get up into the level of 88 on a weekly RSI in any of your favorite altcoin or anything on planet Earth, it's time to run the other way. That literally means all of the herd is buying. You never want to be doing what they are doing. You always want to do the opposite of what Grandma Betty and all of her people are doing. And at that time, they were all buying. What do you think we should have been doing? You already know. I made many, many videos about it. But again, what needs to happen for Bitcoin to maintain this rally that we've been in for about a year and a half is we have to have the RSI get above 88. We're going to talk about the likelihood of that a little bit later, but keep that level in mind and keep this market structure in mind. We made a high here, a higher high here. The market has to make a higher high for this huge market bull run to continue in the way that it's been continuing to build market structure. But will that happen? We will get to that. Let's go to the bottom of our screen. Again, we're on the weekly chart, and this is the Stochastic RSI. Stochastic RSI, I want you to think momentum. And what we see happening is we had a Stochastic RSI Cross back in May 13th of 2024. This is something that we had been waiting a long time for. And you look at the historical data that's in front of us, we have these Stochastic RSI crosses about every 6 months, like clockwork. It's the biggest moves in crypto every single year. We get 1 to 3 of them per year. They're huge. We waited for that to happen. And when that happened, Bitcoin was around 60,000. And then we went up to, like we said, above 70,000 up here on our chart, simply with this Stochastic RSI. But where does this stand right now? Well, we have our fast line, which is our blue, and our slow line, which is our orange, both above the 20 level. What does that mean? Well, that means we are now confirmed bullish. But again, I told you that we have a hidden divergence in the chart that is more powerful than everything I showed you so far. And we're going to get to that in a moment. But what I want you to understand is we're range bound in price. We're holding key structure in the RSI, but we need the RSI to make a higher high eventually during this rally. However, we do have a lot of bullishness happening with the momentum, with our Stochastic RSI. Keep in mind, we're starting to see some slight curvature in our fast line, although it's still bullish, right? There's no way to argue it. Everything I've showed you so far, everything that I said so far is simply facts. If you like facts, you're going to absolutely love this channel. We don't sugarcoat anything. It's straight facts, no BS, and no ads. So what we've got in front of us, these three distinct categories, they're screaming a very distinct message, but things are heating up. As I mentioned earlier in the show, I had this huge hidden message to share with you. Let's start to break that down. What we see happening in price is back here in January of this year, we made a low. And more recently, we made a higher low. These are not my opinions, these are facts. We made a low here and a higher low here. We can all agree. What we did at the same time is we made a low here in the same candle in the RSI, and we made a lower low in the RSI. In other words, price action made a low and a higher low, and our indicator made a low and a lower low. To most people, they're like, well, what does that mean, Steve? Well, what it means is that price was gaining a lot of steam, and we built incredible structure after this low, and we built brand new structure on top of it, making another low, but significantly higher. In other words, our rally continued to grow and our momentum continued to grow. What we saw happening in the RSI was very, very different. We made a low here and a lower low. What that suggests is like, hey, we had momentum coming into the market, but it's a little bit broken. In other words, keep in mind, the RSI is overbought, oversold. So our price action was rising, our price action building structure, our price action very bullish. Our RSI is showing big signs of weakness. Plain and simple. These are just facts. Tilt your phone to the side and subscribe. When you have a high of 88, it's very difficult to make a higher high than that, considering how many times in the history of Bitcoin we've been 88 or higher. You can literally count them on your hand, right? It's not many. So what you see happening here with this type of structure, it's showing a little bit of weakness in itself without any comparison to anything. Just the RSI making this type of structure is showing signs of weakness. However, what you see happening when you pair the price action and you pair the RSI together, you get divergence. One is doing one thing and the other is doing the other, hence divergence. And this is specifically hidden divergence. Hidden divergence is coming from a low to a lower low in our indicator, and in price, a low to a higher low in price. That's what you see happening. This is hidden divergence. This is big. This is nothing to play with. This has power. I've shown you a lot of divergences before. In other words, when we were at the bottom of our market, we had incredibly strong divergence. We had price making a low here and a lower low here. At the same time, our RSI was making a low here and a higher low here. Whenever they're doing the opposite, it's divergence. In this case, it was bullish divergence. We covered it all over our channel, and we called the bottom of the market because of this and because of tons of other factors that were coming in. And there was just a conglomerate of bullishness happening, and it was an explosion in price. What we see happening today is something relatively similar. We see opposites happening in price with the RSI, explaining the hidden divergence is coming from this low and a lower low and this low and a higher low. Now here's the warning. Is this bullish or bearish? Let's unveil it. This is called hidden bullish divergence. By definition, you have price making a low and a higher low, and you have your indicator making a low and a lower low. That's hidden bullish divergence. So what does all this mean? We have price action showing some weakness into our key area. However, nothing is really noteworthy unless we break above 73. We said repeatedly for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks, the only way in hell we're going to get above 73 is to have a stochastic RSI cross on the weekly chart. What do we have? We have a stochastic RSI cross on the weekly chart. At the same time, we have hidden bullish divergence right before our eyes. We're also holding key structure in our RSI. So what does all this mean? Does this mean sell your house, sell your kids, buy more Bitcoin? No. Bitcoin has a huge test ahead of it, and it's happening right before our eyes. It's happening in real time as you're watching this video. Bitcoin has to maintain the rally, this rally that it's in right now, according to what's happening right now. Right? We have a stochastic RSI cross. This is the beginning of the rally. We're in the initial stages. This rally has to continue and the price has to get above 73. Our RSI has to get above 88. If both of those things happen, we have an incredibly healthy continuation of this bull run. If both of those things fail, we're in trouble. And we have to look at the bottom of this because it will be a failed rally. As I mentioned, this is a weekly chart. This is Bitcoin's chance to get and null and void that 2-month candle. If those of you who are new, we printed a 2-month Gravestone Doji, which is ridiculously strong. The 2-month chart is significantly stronger than a weekly chart, but it takes several months to play out. It's not something that will happen today or tomorrow. This is a 2-month chart. It's not a 2-minute chart. It's not a 2-day chart. This is a 2-month chart. It's going to take a few months to play out. But what Bitcoin has on its side is this bullish momentum that could change the tide. Bitcoin has to get above here in price and has to get above here in the RSI. And the only thing that can really help us do that is a Stochastic RSI Cross, which we have. And if we needed something more, we have this hidden bullish divergence that's playing out as we speak. All of those things are going to try to help Bitcoin regain and reclaim these areas of key confluence so that we can continue our rally and null and void the 2-month candle. It's a big ask, but what should you be doing right now? You should be really watching this level, this 73,000 and change level that we have highlighted here, as well as the 88 level on the RSI. But again, if you're out of Bitcoin, you shouldn't be. It's really silly to be. It's more risky to be out than in. This is a bull run. It's going to be a bull run until proven otherwise, and that's far from over, right? We're still in a bull run, so there's no reason to be out of Bitcoin. What this means is this going to mean that we're definitely rallying to 100K? Absolutely not. This is Bitcoin's test to prove itself that this is not a failed rally. If we don't get above here in the RSI and we don't get above here in price, it will be a failed rally, and we have to watch the bottom of this channel to break. It's that simple. At the beginning of the show, I mentioned I have some sad news to share with you. Unfortunately, this was a very difficult video for me to film today. My dog passed away today, this morning. It was pretty unexpected. It was the middle of the night. So it was very intense for me, my kids, my family, my mother also. So shout out to anybody who has lost a pet. These are very difficult times, especially, you know, dogs. It's man's best friend. But I wanted to share this experience because I know so many of you have lost a pet. You know that feeling. And I feel lucky. You know, my dog was 11. He's traveled to more countries than most humans. He's lived in 7 different countries. And those of you who don't know, I've been traveling the world for 12 years. So it's been a wild ride. It's been an amazing journey. My dog spent the first 7 years of his life with me, my family, traveling the world. And then he got a little bit older and he went with my mom for a couple of years. And we've obviously seen him a ton. He was here in this house until he passed away this morning, but it was unexpected. It was the middle of the night, wake up in the morning, and obviously tragedy hits. But yeah, I know this will touch a lot of people who listen, who love animals like I do, especially dogs. We do a ton with rescue dogs, dogs in need. My dog was a rescue. We rescued him as a puppy in Hong Kong. He's traveled all around the world. So it's been an amazing journey. I mean, he's lived an incredible life. I don't know a lot of adults that have gotten to live in 7 different countries, let alone a dog. He had his own dog passport. So shout out to the animal lovers. This was a tough video to make, but I'm always here for you. I'm doing everything I can to try to give you guys the knowledge and the information, the facts, where you can make sound decisions. And in every video, try to get a little bit better and better and better so that we can create a community that's really trying to change some lives. So shout out to everybody that loves animals, and I'll see you right back here in the next video. This bull run is our road to 500,000 subscribers, but I need your help. Today, tell one person about our YouTube channel, how we spit facts, go against the herd, take no paid sponsorships of any kind. Road to 500,000, let's go.